Protein is now at Starbucks, and it's never tasted so good. You can add protein cold foam to your favorite drink or try one of our new protein lattes or matcha. Try it today at Starbucks.
The world moves fast. Your workday, even faster. Pitching products, drafting reports, analyzing data. Microsoft 365 Copilot is your AI assistant for work. Built into Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and other Microsoft 365 apps you use. Helping you quickly write, analyze, create, and summarize. So you can cut through clutter and clear a path to your best work. Learn more at Microsoft.com/M365 Copilot.
Instagram teen accounts have automatic protections for what teens see and who can contact them, plus time management tools. And Instagram will continue adding built-in safety features to help create age-appropriate experiences. Learn more about teen accounts and Instagram's ongoing work to protect teens online at Instagram.com/teen accounts.
Hello there, Stanley Carr here. You know, I love collecting music and sports memorabilia. Want to know where you can find some? I'll tell you. Go to oldglory.com. This website features one-of-a-kind apparel from your favorite sports teams and musical artists. And I can help you get 15% off of all items. Use the code WWH135. Enjoy the episode.
Welcome to Wrestling with Heart, a podcast looking at pro wrestlers giving back to their community. Join me, Stanley Carr, as I interview wrestling's hottest names who use their platforms as entertainers to raise awareness and do community service.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Wrestling with Heart. This is the show where we talk with professional wrestlers and professional wrestling personalities about their lives in and outside of the ring, as well as doing acts of charity work, community service, volunteering, and spreading positivity. We're always about the positive vibes here on the show. And with me right now, I am very pleased to welcome back Matt Classic Creed. He's an independent professional wrestler and promoter, currently the owner of the Allied International Wrestling Federation, the largest governing body of independent wrestling all across the world. I am so happy to speak with you again, Matt. Welcome back.
Yeah, love being on your show, Stanley. You're one of my favorites out there. And yeah, we're doing big things here at the AIWF. We have over 160 promotions in 56 countries. And yeah, we're killing it. We've got a recent world champion, Mr. Eric Draven currently. He's defending in your neck of the woods. He's been over to Nashville. He's been to Louisville. He's been to Indianapolis. He's been to St. Louis. I mean, he's killing it.
That's so amazing. Now, let's go back to your story here. I know we talked last time. Been around wrestling, it seems, all your life, growing up in North Carolina, which was a huge territory in itself because you had Ric Flair come through there. And you had Harley Race, Dusty Rhodes, all have matches in that area. For you, what was it about wrestling that made you go, this is pretty amazing. This is something I'd like to get into?
I mean, I've said I want to be a professional wrestler all my life, and I've been in the professional wrestling business about a little over 20 years now. So, I mean, I've accomplished a lot of my dreams, thankfully. But wrestling was me and my dad's thing, and we bonded over, and he would take me to shows. It didn't matter where it was. We lived right outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, so we'd go to Charlotte, every little town, whether it was Independence or it was the NWA, WCW. The WWF, once it started coming, but the WWF didn't start coming down here till like the late 90s.
So do you remember the first time you watched wrestling on television, like your first exposure?
Man, it had to be like during Ric Flair. Like, it had to be TBS 605. I mean, it had to be.
Yeah, and it really was a hot period, too, because you had all these classic matches, just iconic, legendary bouts between Flair and Ricky Steamboat. And you had Harley Race doing his thing. You had Dusty Rhodes. In the WWF, you had Hogan and Andre, Macho Man. Just so many legends, and fans still talk about those moments to this day. But studio wrestling was a big thing during that time as well.
Yeah, 100% studio wrestling. And I mean, I still see tons of people doing great Ring of Honor actually just went back to studio wrestle, which I think is a great decision. I mean, I think it's a great way to present the product and no frills in a basic format. And I mean, you've got so many different audiences in professional wrestling. You have the WWF fans, you have the independent wrestling fans, and then everybody else. I mean, it's just a whole gambit.
So I take it you were a big NWA fan growing up, WCW.
Oh yeah, that's what I preferred all my life. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed, Ric Flair is my favorite. I mean, I didn't mind the WWF, but I really didn't see the WWF show because we didn't get it down here. Like I saw a lot of the WWF tapes, like WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, etc. from the 80s.
So you knew you wanted to be in the business at such a young age. I know you told me last time you were trained by Chief Jay Eagle, who we've had the pleasure of speaking with on the show previously. Talk to me about learning from him, any pieces of advice you got from working with him, because it's a hard business. It's a very tough industry, and you really have to discipline yourself to the point where you have to like sacrifice so much.
I mean, he's a great guy. He I think anybody that's been in the Carolinas has worked for him. He ran for about 35 years in South Carolina, consistently. That's every week for 35 years. So it's kind of like a rite of passage, but he was easy to learn from. He was a great guy. I mean, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed everything with him. And I mean, I enjoyed my time there, but like I said, I've been involved now with the AIWF for roughly 20 years, and it's been fabulous.
Well, when you start wrestling and you start learning the ropes, learning the business, talk to me about your first few matches. What were they like, and how are you able to overcome any of those butterflies, those nerves?
I mean, they were definitely rough. I mean, I think anybody's first couple matches is going to be rough. I've only seen very few people that had a first couple good matches. One of those is Cedric Alexander. He's just a natural. Some guys are like that. But it's rough. I learned to tuck my chin, don't kill yourself. And also learned some stuff from Boogie Woogie, Mr. Jimmy Valiant, the legend himself. I'm not a big bumper. So my bump card is not too bad.
How would you describe your wrestling style to those who haven't watched your work?
I mean, it's been quite a while since I've actually been in the ring. I just keep it simple, man. I just try to do the basics, and I'm not the best out there. I'm not the worst out there. That's how I look at it myself.
What are some things that Jay and Boogie Woogie told you, like little techniques to kind of like, I would say kind of like some techniques that you kind of were like, okay, this is a way to do this better. This is how I could learn this a little bit better. Any pieces of advice that you got from them to kind of like.
Yeah, I remember Boogie was just like, he liked how big I was because I'm 6'4". I used to be over 300 pounds. So like, he just liked how big I was and all that. And he's like, do this, do that. But Eagle's like, just go have fun. He's like, this is your time, go have fun. And it was always a good time down there in South Carolina.
So were you always just wrestling in the Carolinas? Did you get a chance to wrestle anywhere else?
Yeah, pretty much stuck to the Carolinas. We didn't really go anywhere else. Maybe like an hour from the house. But since I've been with the AIWF, I've actually promoted shows in 8 different states. So
that's amazing. Well, being in the wrestling business, you're meeting several different people, rubbing shoulders with legends. Who would you say are some other people that you gotten the chance to learn from, get any tips from during your training?
Not necessarily during my training, but like after the fact, after I've got to where I am now, like I always love hanging out with Ricky Morton. Ricky Morton is a fountain of knowledge himself. I mean, he's funny as crap. He's wonderful. George South, which I've known George South since I was 5 years old myself. George is he's fun. He's a character. And I mean, he's still going today. So that tells you a lot.
It's fascinating how these guys are still out there performing, still getting that adulation from the fans and being able to continue to go at it all these years later. And it's a testament to their staying power.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, for sure, everything's good. Wrestling is amazing. And actually, I'll tell you a funny story. We were just at WrestleCade. I know I missed you up there, but I had a freight train with me, And like MJF comes speak to us, Zack Ryder, Moose, everybody, because Freight Train is the best. I'm going to tell you. He was my roommate for 3 days during the convention. Man, that was an awesome time. Everybody's experienced Freight Train for a couple days.
I was at WrestleCade. This was the third year that I've done it. And this year I actually got to go watch the show. They do like a Saturday night show. They have different shows throughout the weekend. I was just in awe getting that chance to watch that card and seeing the fans and their reactions to all the moves and all the guys coming out. Really, there's nothing like it in the world. Going to a wrestling show, professional wrestling, watching it live, because it's a whole different experience, something that you can't find it anywhere else.
Oh, yeah, entirely. And they did a good job up there. I mean, I enjoyed my time up there this year. That was my first time being back in several years. But like I said, I had Freight Train with me. He was my vendor guest. And like I said, he's always an enjoyable time. But I enjoyed the show, too. I enjoyed Liger and Joey Janelli. I enjoyed everything. I hate my buddy Britt Wolverton recently passed away. R.I.P. to him. Great guy. But, yeah, it was just a fun time. And, I mean, like I said, we're just keeping busy here at the AIWF.
Over the course of your career, you've had the chance to wrestle so many different people. Who would you say have been some of your favorite opponents that you've gotten to be in the ring with over the years?
I mean, honestly, I wrestled a lot of the same people week in and week out. That's how it kind of was down at Chief J Eagles and some other promotions I worked for. So, I mean, everybody was cool. I mean, but we knew each other for years and years. So, I mean, it was, you kind of know what you're doing at that point.
Any people fans might know, or people that in particular that you've been able to say, I really enjoyed wrestling this person?
Nothing notable, Stanley. Nothing notable.
Well, what made you decide to leave the in-ring aspect of it and go into a more behind-the-scenes capacity?
Well, like I said, I got hooked up with the AIWF. I was working for them here in North Carolina, and then I kept getting promotion after promotion. And like I said, now I'm the executive director and the co-owner with my partner, Dean Puckett. And so, I mean, now we're to a stage where we're just really doing some big things. We have our TV show, AIWF Across the Globe. I don't know if you've got a chance to catch that. But it's kind of a take on old Joe Pedicino, how I used to do the highlight shows. But we give you a little bit of what's happening around the world. Like I know we featured Valor on there, which is out of Scotland, and they run in Denmark. We also feature IWRG out of Mexico. We had Heat Up out of Japan. Plus all our great U.S. and Canadian promotions like Torture Chamber Pro up in Canada. They've been running 3,000-4,000 seat buildings up there, Stanley, up in Montreal.
Wow, that's so amazing. And you're giving a platform to these promotions that haven't been seen by a lot of people before, and you're inviting them to come into this really inclusive atmosphere, this environment like the AIWF, really giving them a platform to show these athletes and on a worldwide scale. So kudos to you for being able to do that.
Yeah, and I mean, we keep syndicating the show as well as digitally, and so I mean, it's doing great. I know you know about syndication. Your show's doing great.
Thank you. And so being a promoter comes with its ups and downs. Talk to me about some of the stuff you've enjoyed about being a promoter.
I mean, I love the creative aspect. I love like being able to put shows together. I don't love actually running the shows because it's a pain in the butt, but and everything's going to change that's on paper. It's probably not going to be what you have at the end of the day at your show. You have a litany of challenges. You hope to break even, to be honest with you. But I mean, if you're smart, you have, an LLC, you have an incorporation, and so even if you do lose some money, at least you can write it off, because you're going to lose some and you're going to win some. That's just life.
How long have you been a promoter?
God, I've been running events now for, I think, 15 years now.
15 years. So you've experienced a lot.
I mean, I've had 11 people at a show, and I've had 500 people at a show, Stanley.
LinkedIn is pretty great at a lot of things, like helping you tap into the latest trends and insights in your field. We cannot stop your coworker from tapping her pencil. LinkedIn can help you find new jobs that align with your career goals. We cannot help you find the source of that weird smell in the office fridge. Ew. And while we can't stop your coworkers from bringing their hobbies into the office, LinkedIn can help you bring your career to the next level. LinkedIn is the network that works for you.
What is your ultimate goal as a promoter? What would you hope to do? Like your dream scenario?
I mean, right now, I just like mainly I stick to our anniversary show, and we have a cruiserweight tournament, the Crazy 8 tournament, which I stick to. And then I also usually do at least one show a year for my son's school to help them raise some money. But like I said, I like to help raise the communities, some funds. Honestly, I just like to hang out with my friends at the show. That's how it's become for me. I like to have my friends there and have a good time. And, hopefully the fans leave happy. They usually do. So I haven't got too many complaints. So, I mean, it's kind of like the circus. That's how you have to put in your mind. Like you need different acts because if everybody's doing the same thing, it's going to be boring.
Got to change it up. Got to mix it up every once in a while to keep things fresh. And you've also had a lot of big names come on these shows as well. It's notable names stop in.
Oh yeah. Actually up in Canada, just this past weekend, we had Rhino take on Wesley Pipes for the AIWF Canadian Championship, which Wesley Pipes won. And that was great. He just come back from Mexico. He was training in Mexico with our partner SCW, Strong Championship Wrestling, out of Mexico, which is a pretty good sized promotion down there in Mexico.
When you have somebody like Rhino teach these young guys some lessons on how to conduct yourself in and out of the business, I mean, that's a feather in your cap to have someone like that around a veteran.
Oh yeah, he can still go 110%. Like he also works regularly for a promotion up in Michigan, Pure Pro Wrestling, because obviously he lives in Michigan. But yeah, and they've been doing great up there. They were just on a PBS documentary.
What documentary?
It was about like careers. I can send you the link, but yeah, Joe, who runs it over there, they were just on PBS Insider or whatever. They talk about different careers and businesses and what all your challenges and all that. I mean, you can find it it's on the PBS app right now. So they're
fascinating.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about some of the stuff that AIWF is doing as far as you mentioned earlier. You guys are very big on charity work and are very involved with community service. What are some things that you are passionate about, some of the work that AIWF has been doing over the last couple of years?
I mean, it's always good to raise money for like schools and booster organizations and all that. I know recently we teamed up here with an organization called Paws, and they do a lot of like dog adoptions, and it was pretty good.
It's always good to be able to have a charity that is near and dear to your heart, especially animal rescue, because there's a lot of dogs, a lot of cats out there that aren't able to have homes and places where you can give these animals, a home to be able to, live in, eat, walk, and whatever they need to do, because it really is hard out there.
Yeah, because what we recently did, we gave them $2 a ticket from each ticket that we sold for the event, and we had them promote the event on their end as well. And that helped us. That guy's fans that they'd never seen the wrestling before. They didn't even know about us, because I mean, that's the whole game plan. Is like you have to get the word out, and like when the new fan comes, you want to get them hooked. And like that's,
yeah, it just builds that cycle. You want to get generations to watch the shows and come to the shows, and it just keeps on going on. Are there any causes that you personally are very passionate about?
I mean, I'm big in the mental health industry. I'm big in healthcare industries and all that here locally. And like I said, I like to give back to my community. Yeah, I'm also part of several organizations. And I'm also part of the CAC, which I think is the greatest wrestling charity and fraternal organization. Shout out to guys like Herb, Bob, and all them.
Yeah, the Cauliflower Alley Club, very big on charitable work, and have been able to give back to several people, especially the wrestlers and boxers who are in need and are down on their luck trying to figure out where their next career move is going to be. So very, very big on that. They got events every year. Have you been able to go to any of them?
I have. I'm actually going to go again this year. This is my first one in a while. This year's their 60th. So that's amazing.
Still going strong. and from what I hear, they've got like incredible banquets.
Oh, the banquets are great. The food's good. I mean, the casino's always fun. Just don't lose too much money. But like the fraternization is the best. Like I met Tom Drake. I don't know if the audience, he passed away a few years ago, but he actually used to be the Speaker of the House in the Alabama State House of Representatives. He was, and he was a lawyer. He played for Bear Bryant football. He also coached at the UT Chattanooga and all that. Man, he was a great guy. Like I really miss Tom, but man, I sat with him for hours out there and we formed a great bond, and it lasted until his untimely death. Now he was in his 80s when he passed, so he lived a great life.
Yeah, you get to meet so many people that come through there. CM Punk has made an appearance there. Trish Stratus has appeared there. Natalia, of course. So many people have given speeches, talked to the people that attend, and it's just kind of like an intimate experience to be able to hear from these legends. JBL has also appeared at some of these events as well. Gerald Briscoe, a lot of people. If you're really a fan of professional wrestling, that's one of those events to go to for sure.
Yeah, 100%. I can't wait to see what they do for the 60th. I mean, I think it's going to be great. Yeah, so I mean, I'm excited about it. Also, our partners at SICW, they have a huge fan fest coming up in St. Louis. Herb Simmons is on the CAC board and everything, and he's been promoting longer than I've been alive. He was taught by Larry Matzik, Larry Matzik was Sam Munchnick's right hand man in St. Louis, and then Larry worked, I think, about 15 or 20 years for Vince McMahon. So.
And to keep that legacy alive of pro wrestling, it's just so important because it's one of the oldest forms of entertainment, and you want to pass it on to the next generation and the generation after that. And so people that have watched these shows for so long, have watched this for years, for decades, you want to keep it going. And so having people like that is important to our industry, to our business.
100%. And I think you got to keep it affordable to families because that's the lifeblood of the industry. You want grandma there, you want the kids, you want the grandkids, you want the whole family to enjoy. And I mean, wrestling is so niche as a product, but I mean, I think you try to keep it, I wouldn't say PG, but you try to keep it within reason of like the violence and the language and all that, so everybody can enjoy.
How would you describe AIWF to people that haven't gone to a show?
Oh man, we have everything. We're like the 3-ring circus. I mean, you could go up in Colorado and Canada, they have hardcore shows. We got midget shows with Midgets Warriors of Wrestling, which is ran by Short Sleeve Sampson. They tour the country. They tour Canada and the US. We got, the AIWF, like our classic type shows, which are going to have like more like a Southern show where it's like, it's what you expect. I mean, you're going to see a little blood here and there, and you're going to see some fisticuffs, but you're not going to hear anything worse than a 3-letter word, if you know what I'm saying. And then you got things out in Connecticut, like Paul Roma and Mario Mancini run Paradise Alley Pro up in Connecticut. And they run a great show. A lot of great talent. Our tag champions came from there, Corey and Nelio recently. And like, that's where Buzz Bloodsaw comes from. And Paul's a great guy. Paul and Mario are great guys. Like, and I don't think I would have got to meet them unless it was through our organization. Cause like I had some people that knew them, and it's all about networking. Like any industry is about networking. That's my tip I'll give to any young wrestler, any promoter out there. It's all about networking, end of the day.
It is. And so if you meet people at a show or a convention, you just never know where that connection can lead you. Cause
2-3 years down the road, you might be working for them, or they might say, hey, I heard such and such is looking for some talent, or I heard such and such is looking for this. And I get it all the time. Or they say, hey, I got this ring. Anybody wants to buy it? And I probably know 4 or 5 people already ready to buy it. So it's like, I just like to give back to the industry and make it better. I mean, I don't think I'm leaving it anytime soon, but only God knows when I'm going to go. So
you've had so many fundraisers over the years. What would you say has been your most favorite one that you've been involved in?
Honestly, at my son's school, because like I knew all the people I gave the money to personally, and like the athletic director, me and him are very close friends. He actually played basketball at NC State. He's almost 7 foot tall. He's like 6'11". So I was like, man, you gotta come in there and get somebody a choke slam, dude. I was like, and that got the biggest pop of the night, I'm telling you. But yeah, it's just fun to get back because I like to give to the schools because like my son, like I said, he goes there, and they did so much, for us over the years.
Yeah, when you're involved in different things, different causes that mean so much to you, you want to pay it forward, and you want to make sure that that's going to a good cause. And so, to you, Matt, why do you feel passionate about giving back to your community?
I mean, we can only leave one legacy here on Earth, Stanley. I mean, that's. I mean, one day we're going to be gone, and I've seen so many people pass. I mean, I'm not a young spring chicken anymore. So, I mean, I've seen so many people come and go in life, and that's just the nature of the beast.
Yes, but we just got to live for today, keep on going, and try to
leave a legacy behind for sure.
Exactly. Matt, I want to say thank you for coming on to Wrestling with Heart. It means a lot to me and to my listeners and viewers that are watching this on YouTube. Where can people find out more about you, find more about the AIWF and all the cool things you're doing?
Yeah, I mean, definitely check us out on social media, AIWF Wrestling. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. You can put us on YouTube, AIWF Wrestling. Plenty of videos that show up, probably thousands and thousands of hours of different matches and championship bouts. Because like I said, we've been around since 1992, and I mean, I don't see us going anywhere anytime soon.
No, you're just going to keep on going and keep doing your thing. What's like your ultimate goal for AIWF?
I mean, my ultimate goal is to keep these titles going around the country, to keep this TV project. We're trying to get it syndicated to as many places as possible. I mean, but you can't catch it on YouTube. And it's just, I want to leave my legacy, and thank God I have a good team. Shout out to all my team members. I'm not going to mention everybody because it would take too long, but shout out to the whole team and everybody that's involved because you can't do this alone. You can't do anything alone. So always build a good team.
Exactly. Well, Matt, thanks again, and you're more than welcome to come back.
I appreciate it, Stanley. I love your show, and listeners out there, keep supporting Stanley in this wonderful show as he keeps growing. I've seen it grow and grow, and I mean, I can't wait to be back myself.
All right. You got it. Thanks again.
This is Wrestling with Heart. I hope you found this podcast to be informative and entertaining. If you did, please hit the subscribe button and look out for the next edition.